Great morning. Oh, y'all, hold on. I gotta, oh, my wrist is bothering me, y'all. Mm-mm. I was trying to find my other phone so I could share. Great morning, great morning. You guys come on in. Let me go live on IG. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. Oh my goodness, y'all. Look. Great morning, Christina. How are you, gorgeous? Hey, April. Good to see you, beautiful. Y'all, listen. God is so amazing, and we're going to talk about how amazing he is, you guys. This is so funny because yesterday I had so many plans to eat so much meat. Now we were eating seafood. We just weren't eating chicken, beef, pork. We weren't eating that, right? We had some turkey for his birthday. Turkey burger. Turkey meat in the spaghetti, right? Turkey meatballs. But we weren't really eating meat. And so I was looking forward to yesterday just eating a lot of meat. That's not how you're supposed to break a fast. Well, God, shut that down. We did have some BLTs in the morning, but we had spaghetti and fish at night. Now, come on, y'all. We've been eating fish the whole time. But listen, this is why. Let me not get started. I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute. Look. This is day 2 out of our fast, and day 2 heading into our 60 days of of whatever God is doing over these 60 days. Like, this is it, right? We're in day 2 of that, right? So look, let's go ahead. Let's get alive. Y'all know what we do. Y'all ready? Shot. Everybody shake. Hey, shake the devil off. Hey, ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, alive. It's you and me. Mwah. Y'all, right now we've got a special promotion where you can get 2 bottles of Alive and all 7 sprays for only $100. It's $460 worth of product for $100. Y'all, where they do that at? Right over here, right now. March Madness, it's real. Listen. Here's to being destiny driven. Cheers. Hey, Mike. Oh my God, that's so good. I'll pour my husband up. So listen, my daughter calls me yesterday. We're talking about destiny and being destiny driven. My daughter calls me yesterday, and she calls asking me information about her ancestors, right? I said, what you need that for? I'm doing my tree, my family tree on Ancestry. She said, Mom, listen, I got so excited. I already ordered my Ancestry DNA kit. Let me tell y'all why Ancestry DNA or doing DNA assessments is important, right? I know a lot of times we say, well, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Like, if it's some secrets, I don't want to know. And I get that. I understand that, because like, I was nervous about what was going to come out when I did the DNA test in December of 21. I was nervous. I don't know. It was some So, but let me tell you why that's so important. There's something about really knowing your family history that helps you to break generational curses, right? It's one thing to break them based on just what you see in your life, but it's some stuff in your life that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with your DNA and your genetics, right? And so you've got to know what's yours and what has been inherited, okay? Because it helps you to not be so hard on yourself. It helps you to understand some of your decision making, some of the things that happen in your life. It helps you understand that stuff. The other thing is this. Listen, let me tell y'all. So my mama was like the family historian. She the family genealogist. She was really fascinated with genealogy. And I can remember her working with this man who was a genealogist in our hometown, helping him gather information and data and photos and all of that. We've got a whole African American History Museum in Russellville. So, my mama was working with him to help him get that information. So my mama was the one that would always ask the questions. She would ask the question. Now, how interesting is this, right? She was the one that would always ask the questions, right? And she would be like, oh, you need to talk to Michael because he's got this information. You need to ask Michael. And I got a message in Ancestry from Michael asking me a question. It was so interesting how the tables flipped. But what happened is my daughter got bit by the bug. Okay. Now, all this time I've been in Ancestry, I've been doing this for years before I ever found out that my daddy who raised me was not my daddy, right? I was tracking, I was even helping other people do their family trees, right? Helping them, start their trees, trace things down, all of that. Well, my daughter has been bit by the bug, the genealogy bug. I'm telling you, there's something about like being able to, and now we can do even more than when I started, because now AI is allowing the system to pull the records and match people up so that it'll suggest the people. So it's not as much work. Now, if y'all want to do Ancestry DNA, the test, let me know, y'all. I've got a link that I'll share with you where you can purchase your test. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's important. What does that have to do with this time to be destiny driven? Our destiny is always also tied to our heritage. Our destiny is always also tied to our heritage. And when you understand who you come from, I'm not talking about who they said you came from. I'm talking about who you come from. Then it helps you to understand things about you, about your family, about your lineage, and about your assignment. Oh my God, today, listen, I didn't know it was going like this, but bless God. It helps you to understand some things about your assignment. I have an assignment to help people understand the power of their DNA, the power of genealogy, the power of these things. And that's a part of my destiny. See, in the church world, people want to trace their lineage. It's always, listen, genealogy has always been important. If it were not important, you would not have all those so-and-so begat, 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 so-and-so. We wouldn't have that in the Bible. There's a reason that lineage is important. There's a reason that genealogy is important, right? And when we begin to trace things back, it helps us understand who we are. So check this out. I remember the first time I was in the Bible and I was looking at all those begats, and I said, hold up. Wait, wait. When it hit me, like when it literally hit me, who was who? So hold on, let me pull something up real quick. Okay. So check this out. I remember I was reading, I know it had to be in Matthew. I think it was in Matthew. Hold on. Let me get there. Okay, I wonder why it won't let me pull this up. Why is it showing this blank? Y'all know the Wi-Fi is moving slow. Okay. Let me do it like this. Okay. All right. So in Matthew and in Luke, it goes through the lineage, right? And it talks about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. It talks about then we go to Judah, Perez, Hezron, Ram, Aminadab, Nahshon, Salmon, and Rahab. There's where Rahab comes in, who begat Boaz, who married Ruth. Listen to me. So Rahab was Boaz's mama. Rahab was Boaz's mama. Boaz married Ruth. They had Obed. Obed was Jesse's daddy. Jesse was the daddy of David. David and Bathsheba, listen, had Solomon. Solomon had Rehoboam. Abijah was born from Rehoboam. Asa from Abijah. Jehoshaphat from Asa. Jehoshaphat begot Jehoram, who begot Uzziah, who begot Jotham, who begot Ahaz, who begot Hezekiah the prophet, king, who begot Manasseh, who begot Ammon, who begot Josiah. Josiah begot Jeconiah, who begot Shealtiel, who begot Zerubbabel, who begot Abiud, who begot Eliakim, who begat Azor, who begat Zadok, who begat Akim, who begat Eliad, who begat Eleazar, who begat Matan, who begat Jacob, here's Jacob, who begat Joseph, who married Mary and had Jesus. When I realized that Rahab was Boaz's mama, and that they had Obed, and their son Obed was the father of Jesse, father of David. Baby, that thing made some things click for me. So when you look at the challenges that David had, you can see it was in his lineage, right? There's some things that came from the lineage. There's some things that came good and bad. Listen, it's never one way. It's good and bad. You've got to remember, 50% of your DNA comes from your father. 50% of your DNA comes from your mother. 50%, literally, 50% of who you are is your daddy's genes, and the other 50% is your mama's genes. You need to know this information. Why? It will point to things like diseases that you may be prone to, vices that you may be prone to, health challenges overall that you might be prone to. There are certain genes and genetic markers that will point things out. Now, y'all are saying, but what does this have to do with being destiny driven? Y'all listen, check this out. David had a destiny to be like a savior, okay? Well, who else saved some people in his lineage, right? Well, if you look at it, Rahab saved the Israelite spies. She saved them. She saved them, and not only did she save them, her saving them saved her and her family and her lineage. What is your assignment? What is your assignment here on the earth? What is your assignment? My assignment is to help people connect the dots. Okay, so check this out. I remember when we were doing the destiny-driven 12-week journey to greatness, people began to really connect some dots. We connected dots between your personality type, between your love languages, between your saboteur, between your spiritual gifts, between your natural. We began to connect all these dots, and all of a sudden, people were like, "Oh my God, I make sense. That's why I'm like this, or that's why I do that, or that's why. Listen, when you can connect the dots, you can get clarity. When you can get clarity, you can see where you need to go and what you need to do, and then it's more clear to you, or clearer to you, where you need to make adjustments. Ooh. Because we all need adjustments. If your spine is out of alignment, you're going to have some health challenges. When your spine is in right alignment, you walk better, you feel better, you breathe better, your blood flows better when your spine is in alignment. Everything in our life is about alignment, divine alignment, okay? When we're able to pull it all together, when we're able to make it make sense, when we're able to do those things, it gives us another level of clarity. I was having a conversation with my daddy, and we were talking about his grandfather, my granddaddy, Oscar's daddy. And I said, Daddy, there is no way that man was his daddy. And he said, well, why do you say that? He died in 1921. My grandfather was born in 1923. Now, listen, I wasn't there, okay? But what I'm going to tell you is, no, ain't no baby bacon for more than 10 months. No, it's not happening. It's not. That was not his daddy. It was not his daddy. So then the question becomes, well, who was his daddy? Because he never had that man's name, even though him and his mom were married. He never had his name. He was Wiggins, which was his mother's name. See, now we got to figure out some stuff, because here we have yet another break. Here we have yet another case of that ain't the daddy. But that's what was said, that he was the daddy. So now we got to figure out who the daddy. One of the most damaging things that can happen in a family is children not knowing their daddy. Why is that so traumatic or so bad? Listen, what that does is it produces an internal confusion, because you're trying to figure out, listen to me, you're trying to figure out why something is off. Now, you don't know what's off, but you know something is off. Why is something off? Why can't I connect like that? Or why don't I have more of them? Or why don't I act like them? Or why don't I look more like them? Why don't look, it creates issues, right? Not only that, but then I thought about it. I built a family tree before I found out about my daddy. I had my daddy's side, my daddy who raised me side. I had my mama's side, and I built it out for generations, right? There were people that I thought was my cousin that wasn't my cousin. I really could have dated that boy. Although, look, that was God that protected me. He really wasn't my cousin, right? He was not my cousin, right? But thank God, because yeah, that was a good thing. So-and-so begat, so-and-so begat, so-and-so begat, so-and-so begat, so-and-so. Y'all, listen. You need to know who you are. And sometimes what we'll say is, well, I know who I am. You know, I don't have to know my family to know who I am. But you'll have a better understanding of who you are when you know your people. You'll have a better understanding of who you are when you understand some of the cycles that happened in your family, right? I know y'all think that, y'all just say a prayer and then everything gets broken. Listen, you can say a prayer and some things be broken, and then you still in the natural have to work through some things and overcome some things. Sometimes it's miraculous. Sometimes just things are just like whoosh. But there's some things that are so deeply in your DNA that you're going to have to do some work to not only uncover, but address. I believe Woo! Listen, I just got this amazing book title. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just got an amazing book title, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got to write this down before I forget it. Oh my God. That is so good. You have got to understand. You got to understand. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's good. 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 Y'all, listen. You've got to understand that your destiny is so great. And there will always be clues to your destiny in your DNA. Wow, Jason. Jason said, glad you're talking about this. I think I found who my biological father is. Wow. Y'all, it matters. It matters. It matters. It matters. It matters the patterns in a family. It matters the things that if divorce showed up a lot in your family, it matters. It lets you know what you are going to be responsible for breaking. When you understand what's in your family, you know what you got to break. You know what you got to break. And this is the thing, y'all. This is the thing. People get so scared because they don't want their world to be turned upside down. But truth comes to set you free. Truth comes to set you free. See, we want to live in this fake world with these false realities, right? But truth comes to set you free. There is no freedom in the absence of truth. You've got to understand that if you are really going to be destiny driven, you need to know what your destiny is. You need to know. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? This is the title of the book. The DNA of Destiny. The DNA of Destiny. There is a DNA to your destiny. It is the root. It is the core of who you are. It is based on your life experiences. It's based on the experiences of your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your great-great-grandparents. There is something in your DNA that points to your destiny. You will see patterns that exist through generations. There are things that flow through the generations. Oh, you a prophet? You ain't the first prophet in your family. I promise you. If you go through your DNA, there is a prophetic DNA that flows through your family. Now, all the time it don't show up as prophetic. Sometimes it shows up as, they don't necessarily show up in the church. It don't necessarily show up in the church. The gift is the gift. It's how the gift is used. But the gift is the gift. The gifts of God are without repentance. You got to trace it back. Angel number 111. Angel number 111. Y'all know what angel number 111 deals with. Fresh beginnings. Angel number 111. Encourages individuals to seek guidance from their angels to achieve their life's purpose and make a positive impact on the world. Listen, it symbolizes happiness, abundance, progress, and potential for success. It's associated with confidence, motivation, and independence. It means a new journey of self is on its way. It represents opportunity, good luck, and achievement. It's a harbinger. It goes forth before you to indicate new beginnings and positive change. You can keep running, but you can never hide from the DNA of not just who you are, but the DNA of your destiny. There's DNA there. Your destiny is not random. God chose particular people for a reason. There's a reason he chose your mother and your father. There was something in their DNA that he knew that you needed in order to fulfill your destiny. My God, today. So if you don't know your father or you don't know who your mother is, then you're missing out on some key elements of what is a part of your DNA for destiny. So now here you are left just trying to figure it out and piece it together when you can begin to connect the dots. I don't know if y'all remember the connect the dot puzzles, but I remember those numbers, and then you just have to connect the dots. And when you finish connecting the dots, there's a whole picture. Y'all listen to me. God is trying to connect the dots of your life to show you the big picture. The big picture of not only who you are, but what you are supposed to do. Because it doesn't mean you're not doing anything now. But what you're doing now may not be your destiny. You're doing something, but when you know what your destiny is, it makes a difference. So it's time to get destiny driven. It's time to get serious about getting to your destiny. Now, listen, it's great to be purpose driven, operating your purpose. I want you to live in your purpose. That's great. But there are many people who don't even know what their purpose is. They're not clear on their purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, then you're just going to be doing things. You're good at a lot of stuff. There's a reason you're good at those particular things. There's something about your destiny that requires you to be good at the things that you're good at. The world will tell you, pick one of them and just be good at that, focus on that. That is a lie from the pit of hell that is designed to keep people from destiny. Hear me when I tell you. Hear me when I tell you, your destiny requires the specific things that you're good at. But it also requires you to know how to put them together. You got to know how to put them together. You got to know how to and where you're supposed to put them together. For so long, it was almost like all of my different talents were cursed because they seemed to go in different directions. Like, how does this even go together? But let me tell you this. When I look at who I am and how I operate, I've always been a holistic person, the big picture person, the one who's looking for how things connect, how things are related. And I love research, right? I love research. I love getting to the root of things. I love understanding how this affects that or why this affects that. I also love math. That's statistics, right? I'm great at math. I'm great at statistics. I love doing research, collecting data, doing the research and the statistical analysis and looking to see for the patterns and what's going on and trying to siphon out what's affecting what or what may be a covariate of something working together, a covariable, what may be something that it affects it. Like, I want to know that stuff. I love God. Ooh, this just made something click for me. Even my prophetic gift, being able to tap in to God, tap in to past, present, future, tap in and to see things before they happen, being able to identify divine connections, loving the study of people, how people think, why people make the choices that they make, the different factors that affect people in their actions, in their thoughts, all of those things. Research, strategies, connections. This is why. When I began to look at, well, like, who am I? What do I do? What do I call myself, right? I know I'm a prophet. I know I'm an apostle. I know I'm a pastor. I'm a teacher. I'm an evangelist. I know I'm those things, right? I get that. I operate in all 5 offices, and it's different, stronger in certain than others. But I also love business. I love business, helping people tap into the business inside of them. I believe everyone has business inside of them. Not everyone is equipped to produce it. Like I believe everyone has books inside of them, but not everyone will write their story. I see everybody has something that they can teach people and make money from, but not everybody is going to do it. Listen, all of these things are a part of who I am. All of them are a part of who I am. And yet, bringing them together and bringing them to bear. I started out in the academy, and then I go into business, and then I go into the church, and but I've always been the person that sees everything working together. Like there's not, Dr. V the professor, Dr. V the prophet, Dr. V the entrepreneur. Like all of those are me. And I've always resisted people's attempts to make me pick one. I've always resisted it. There's always been something in me that said, nope, that doesn't feel right. I need to be all of me in a space. If I can't be all of me in a space, then I do myself an injustice, right? Where other people say, if you want to really prosper, you can't connect kingdom or spirituality with business. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Like that never resonated with me. God is always in business with me. Like it's not a separate thing, right? It's not, well, here's God and then here's business. No. No. I need God in everything I do. When I teach, God is in my teaching. God will give me particular things to share. And my students will always be like, oh my God, I needed that. I'm the encourager. I'm the one who's going to speak to their life situations and where they are. I'm not just going to do the material. That's not me. But that's the thing that separates me from so many others, right? Is that all of me comes to bear in what I do. The entrepreneur, the prophet, pastor, apostle, evangelist, teacher, like all of that comes together in what I do. And so I minister to my students. That doesn't mean I'm preaching the gospel to them. It simply means I minister to their spirit man. So their spirit has need of something. You all stop trying to dissect yourself and only give people the parts of you that they are comfortable with. You will never fulfill the totality of your destiny as long as you do that. Your destiny requires all of you to be able to show up and be present. There's a reason that God has given you every experience, every exposure that he's given you. There's a place that he's taking you where you need all of that. All of my people skills, right? I need my people skills. I need that prophetic. I need to be able to see. I need to be able to discern. Not to disqualify people, but to understand so that I'm not caught unaware. So that I'm not caught off guard. Now, the interesting thing about that is I've been caught off guard, but it wasn't because God didn't show me signs or show me things or send me warnings. It was because I chose to believe in people and accept them at their word. And I'm saying, no, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. That's just me. Maybe that's just me. But you all, when you understand that who God has created you to be, is amazing and incredible, but it requires all the pieces of who you are to come to bear. To create the version of you that is needed. Hey, Vicky, how you doing, beautiful? Then you'll stop being mad at yourself for the parts of you that you don't like. Or that you're like, well, I just wish, because then no. Everything. Every moment, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year of your life has been replete with experiences that are designed to help the you that you are show up the way you need to show up. Now it's time to make it make sense and connect the dots. There's a reason for every experience I've had, every marriage I've had, every relationship I've had, every friendship I've had. There's a reason. Every place I've lived, there's a reason I lived in that place. Every place. No place was accidental, like every one of them. So, are you ready to really understand the DNA of destiny? The DNA, not just of destiny in general, but the DNA of your destiny. You can't understand the DNA of your destiny without understanding your DNA. It's a piece. It's a piece that's often missing. It's a piece that's required for you to really fully understand and get it. See, I'm oh God, I hear you. Okay, God. Okay. Listen. Mm, I'm gonna drop it. I'm not gonna drop it today, but I'm gonna drop it. Listen. I'm doing the Destiny Driven Masterclass next Saturday. Next Saturday, I'll be doing the Destiny Driven Masterclass from 12 to 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. 12 to 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. And y'all, if you haven't taken it, you need to take it. It's going to help you get some clarity. God just dropped something in my spirit, and I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to do that later. I'll announce that later. But right now, that Destiny Driven Masterclass, you guys, if you haven't done it, do it. If you've done it, you might want to do it again. If you've already taken it and you want to take it again, let me know, and I'll give you a discount code for you to be able to do that. But this is what I know: God is up to something in our lives, and it's getting us to destiny. See, I'm not a destiny fulfillment strategist because it sounds good. It's because it's my assignment. It's my destiny to help people understand how to create strategies to fulfill their destiny. You need to know how to get there. And everybody's not going to exactly the same place. So there's no one size fits all, but what there are steps that you can take to get your destiny roadmap. There's steps that you can take to get your destiny roadmap. Now, if you want to know how to get your destiny roadmap, then what you need to do is make sure you take Destiny Driven Masterclass, and it will help you to begin to see the steps. You'll get all the steps required to get your destiny roadmap, right? The Destiny Driven Masterclass is next Saturday from 12 Eastern to 2:30 Eastern. Y'all, it's going to be, is it 12? Is it 1? Hold on one second. Let me check something. Is it 12 or is it 11? Hold on. Cancel. Let me look. That's March 30th. Okay. Hold on. Oh my goodness. It's trying to do something. I know where to go. Hold on. Cancel. Go to meetings. Here we go. It's, yes, 12 Eastern to 2:30. 12 Eastern to 2:30 Eastern. Yes. Yes, yes, Vicky. Jason said, you making it make sense. Because it does. I know we say, my life doesn't make sense. My life doesn't make sense. But it does when you zoom out. The problem is it's not making sense because you're zoomed in, and you need to zoom out so that you can see the big picture. We're too narrowly focused. We got to zoom out so that we can see how all these pieces come together. Y'all, I'm super excited about the class on next Saturday. I'm super excited about what God is doing, and I'm excited about what he's birthing. He had been showing me these things about how all these things were connected. And I was like, God, what in the world? He says, I'm going to make it make sense. I'm going to make it make sense. Everybody's not going to like it. Everybody's not going to agree with it. He said, but I'm going to show you so that you can show those who want to know and understand for real. Listen, I love y'all. And it's time for us to get destiny driven. Listen, if you didn't get a chance to sow your $55 seed or $555 seed or $5,555 seed or $55,555 seed, sow your seed before the month is out. Sow your seed before the month is out. Y'all tap in to what God is doing, because this is a fertile ground season. Yesterday, my husband said something to me, and it really stood out. If we would get like this, oh, we would see God move in such miraculous ways. He said, babe, it's supposed to rain at 3:00, right? He said, I need to go out here and I need to rake the yard so that I can sow these seeds so that they're in the ground for the rain. Ha! Did y'all hear that? He said, it's going to rain at 3:00. Listen, I need to go rake the yard and sow these seeds so I can plant my grass, because there's an expectation that when he plants the grass seeds, that when the rain comes and they're covered up, they'll get wet and then they'll begin to grow. You got to know when to plant so that it can be watered and it can produce the harvest that you desire. Look, get in this class, because there's some things that God is trying to do in your life and he wants to do them. Get you some seed in the ground, sow that seed so that you got something for him to work with, because it's going to rain. It's going to rain. And you want to make sure your seed is in the ground for the rain, because when the rain comes and the seed is sown, it will produce a harvest that you can't deny. Look, you guys, I absolutely, did you want to say something?
No, I'm getting ready to go.
Okay. I absolutely love you guys to life and life more abundant. You guys have an amazing, incredible, epic day. Enjoy the day, but come back and join us at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 a.m. Central for Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministries. You're not going to want to miss the word, because there's a word for you. Listen, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing and incredible day. Be blessed. Mwah.